Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us. I'm fortunate to be joined by Council President Mary Sheffield and Mayor Mike Duggan and all of you. Welcome to Perennial Corktown. I'm Randy Wertheimer, the CEO of Hunter Pasture. And just to give a quick story of kind of how this land and this building came about, and I described this a little bit when we had the Godfrey grand opening, but over 4 years ago, I got a call from Jared Friedman, and he said there's a family in Corktown that owns the best land in all of Corktown, and they are interested in selling, but they're not putting it up for sale. I said, well, okay, how do you buy something that isn't really up for sale? He said, well, they want me to call four or five different companies and see what they would offer and what they'd be interested in. I said, well, who else are you calling? Ford, Illich, Bedrock, and you. I said, well, okay. They're not selling it to me because I'm definitely not going to be the highest bidder. And Jared says to me, Randy, please, just meet with Tony and Felix Formosa. I think they'd like you. I think you'd like them. And after one meeting, I knew there was no chance that the Formosas were selling to a big company. And they wanted to be part of the process. They cared about the Corktown community. Their family came here from Malta almost 100 years ago and have owned land in Corktown for almost all that time. So Tony and Felix, thank you for believing in me and our vision, and I really appreciate you and your family. Thank you. When doing real estate development, there's really two keys to any deal. It's location and who are your partners. And if you get those two right, you're going to have a great deal. I know we have a great location in this Corktown community, and there's so many of you here today from the Corktown community that we appreciate, but we also have amazing partners. Nate Forbes, who's here today, you can't have a better partner than Nate, along with Oxford Capital, John Rutledge and his team. John couldn't be here today, but Matt Kalt is here from the Oxford Capital executive team. And we've got the location, and we've got the best partners, and this is going to be a terrific development for the long term. And we're here as part of the Corktown community long term. One of the things that I think has been underrated about what Mayor Duggan has done is the staff at the city that he surrounded himself with is tremendous in every department. During the entitlement process, during the building process, there's issues that come up. No matter where you develop in this country, there's issues. And how you solve those issues are critically important. I know Dave Bell's here and a number of other people from the city, but the mayor, you've really surrounded yourself with high-quality people that want to get things done. And Detroit is open for business. And that's a message that we heard loud and clear, and that we're excited about what we've committed here in Corktown. City Council. The City Council was very supportive. There's certain things that make things harder to develop in certain areas than others. And with, Brownfield and PA 210 and having the affordable housing component to this that I know is important to the community, the City Council was critically important to them. And we worked together to come up with a solution that made sense for us as developers, for the neighborhood, for the city, and it's a win-win. I'm a little bit biased, but I think we kind of wrote the book on how a developer should interact with the community. We had over 30 community meetings during this process. The Neighborhood Advisory Council in Corktown did a great job. There was give and take on both sides. But part of the reason we had such a great time working, and it's such a great relationship working with the Corktown community, is Sheila Cockrell. Sheila's somebody that we hired early on in the process. Sheila's a former Detroit City Council member, and Sheila pulls no punches. The first time we met, she said, I'm going to work with you under one condition. You say you're going to do something, you do it, no bullshit. And Sheila talks exactly that way. And anytime we stepped out of line, she would make sure we did exactly what we were supposed to do. And she was really the conduit between us and the Corktown community, the business association, the historic district, all the homeowners. And for that, Sheila, I really appreciate it. Thank you. I just want to mention the two lenders who were supportive of this project. We used Huntington and CIBC, and they had to believe in Detroit and Corktown and our development team. And I'm not sure if anyone from CIBC or Huntington's here, but I want everyone to know that they supported this project and this community, and we appreciate that. And then our teams, the Hunter Pasture and Oxford Capital teams worked tremendously hard. Seth Herkowitz, who's my COO, who just was tireless in his building of relationships with the Corktown community, was amazing. Brett Uhas, Omar, Eid, the Oxford Capital team, as I mentioned, Matt Calton, John Rutledge's team worked hand in hand with us. Nate, thank you for your help on the design. As everyone will see as we get up to the second floor, the beauty of the architecture and the interior design and the quality of the finishes. We have a partner with a pretty nice eye for design, and I hope all of you follow us up to the second floor to see what we believe is the nicest amenity space in the downtown Detroit market. Unfortunately, we can't enjoy our 10,000 square foot pool deck today, but if you all come back in May when we've got all of our furnishings out there and fire pits, cabanas, it'll be like you live in a resort. And I want to turn it over to the mayor, and thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Well, I just got to be here to congratulate Randy, Nate, and the entire team. I look across the street and I think 25 years ago, I was the chair of the Stadium Authority that built Comerica Park and Ford Field. And I think about the gloom and doom predictions. Once Tiger Stadium leaves this neighborhood, Corktown's dead. The property values are going to decline. It will have no future. As if a neighborhood was best served by having activities 80 days a year and 260 days a year, having the entire area shut down. And if you look at where we are today, it's remarkable. So a few days ago, I was across the street at Pallet, a huge event where the Teamsters had their holiday party. They have it in January for some reason, and everybody came. But it's great to see hundreds of people there. I just came from lunch at the Hamilton over at the Godfrey down the street, and now for the ribbon cutting, 200 apartments, 10% of them set aside as affordable, starting at $855 a month. What Bill Ford has done to speed this up at the train station, although it was going in the right direction before that, is remarkable. And if you go to Brooklyn, if you go to Washington, D.C., if you go to Austin, Texas, when young people started moving in, the neighborhood became gentrified, it became unaffordable, and they pushed people out. You know what we're doing in this neighborhood in Corktown? We're building affordable housing. In addition to the units here, you go across the street and look at what is appropriately named left field, affordable housing projects. We're building a half a dozen more affordable housing projects in this neighborhood so the people who lived here before can stay and be a part of it, because we want people of all incomes in all neighborhoods. And right now, what's happening in Corktown is remarkable. And if you haven't been here recently, take a minute to drive down the residential streets to see the beautifully restored 150-year-old homes. These homes are so close together because when they were built, there were no cars. There's no garage. That's how far back this goes, and they are restored like new. That's what happens when a community has a unified vision, to say that every neighborhood in this city is going to be built so that people of all incomes can live and work together. And Randy, what you have done here is spectacular. The speed with which you put it up was remarkable. And we got a whole lot of other projects that are going to keep going right down Michigan Avenue, and you have helped enormously. And part of the reason that you have a vision in this city, you do not see tent cities in the city of Detroit. You can go any place else in the country, and it's a far different situation. But for the last 10 years, we have systematically preserved every affordable unit in this city, built 2,000 new units, and put them in every neighborhood. And so it has been a 10-year vision. And in other places, the mayor and the council fight with each other. In the city of Detroit, the mayor and the council have had a unified vision to build affordable housing everywhere and to support this kind of development. With that, I'd like to introduce my partner, Council President Mary Sheffield.
Thank you. And good afternoon to everyone. I also wanted to be here to say congratulations to Randy and the development team and everyone who played a role in making this project a reality. I was blown away when I was reading through the press release at all the amenities and how this is a luxury apartment building, but in the midst of all of that, we still are honoring a true need in our city, and that is affordable housing. And so what is near and dear to my heart is mixed income housing, because we know that when we have higher incomes mixed with lower incomes, it really creates stronger communities. And so I commend you, Randy, and the team for making it happen. I know it's not always easy incorporating affordability into these projects, but you honored the voice and the desire of this community, and I think that that should be commended. So congratulations to you all. I also recently went over by the Godfrey Hotel. I went to dinner there, and I was blown away. I could not believe I was in my hometown, Detroit, looking outside over the beautiful development that has taken place in this community, and to know at the core of it is residents' desires, their voice, and also affordability, so that every Detroiter has access to what is happening in our great city. So on behalf of the City Council, I say congratulations, and I'm looking forward to welcoming in all of the residents that will call this home. Congratulations.
I hope everybody joins us upstairs on the second floor. We've got 3 elevators. If anyone wants to take the stairs, they can, and 2 of the elevators here, one's here, and let's go have some food and beverage. Thank you, everybody.